Podcast, episode 3. Today's guest is Miss Tanya. Very special guest. They give me a last name, I guess she might be married. But by the end, you see why she's a special guest right today. You got a last name, Tanya?
Yeah, it's Dunham.
Dunham? Like me?
Like Dunham. Dunham piece of ham.
Oh, I got it. I know. Yeah, everybody Muslim, my area. Would you mind letting the viewers know what you do for a living and where you work?
I am a producer. I'm a news producer. I work for CBS News here in New York City. I've been there for like 20 years. It was 20 years January.
That's what I think. That's a blessing. You mind if I clap?
Yeah, go ahead, clap. That's right. That's not me. Seriously.
Only people been like that 20 years, so much people on welfare, they trying to get their check. Food stamps, 20 years.
Right. Yeah, I've been there like 20 years. I've been in the business over 20 years. Before I was in news, and then I went to entertainment, then I went back to news.
What made you get into that line of work with the news and entertainment, if you mind me asking?
Look, I like to talk to people, so I had a talk show when I was living in Atlanta, and then I moved up here. I worked with Queen Latifah on her shows. Then I worked with, I worked with Geraldo. What was the dopest job? I was working with Geraldo.
I just said that to us crazy about Geraldo.
Yeah, Geraldo flew me from Atlanta like every month. They'll give me a story, I do it, and they fly me up. So that was the best gig, and then the show's canceled, so.
Did you have a personal relationship with Geraldo or just business?
No, I had a personal relationship.
Did you have to do his makeup?
No, I don't do that stuff.
I was a kid back then. He used to always get beat up. That's what I'm saying. I was
Exactly.
Are you good? What type of degree do you need to get to a career like that, if you want me asking?
They want you to have a bachelor's degree. At least to have a bachelor's.
That's what, 4 years of school?
That's 4 years of school. Like when I started, it was more experience than anything, you know? So I made sure I got my experience in, and I got my degree a little bit later in life.
Yeah, I always thought about going to school for like marketing, you know what I mean? Things of that nature, but I never think you had to, I thought like you just had a gift, you go into it, like radio and stuff, and they walk you right into that.
That was back in the day. Now you gotta have your degree. You gotta have your degree. They want to know you paid your dues.
My questions on here is not mostly mine, but asking what's your main role at work from when I'm getting you a boss.
I try to be the boss. My main role is to gather news for 3 networks, ABC, CBS, and Fox.
Fox?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know that though.
No.
A lot of people don't know that.
No.
Like
Well, first of all, CBS, the networks wouldn't share video. We tried to beat out CNN. That's what it was. So we made this conglomerate. And now we're sharing video with each other.
Work together.
We're working together, exactly.
It's like what's the name? A lot of people clothing. They don't know Banana Republic, Imperialis, and all that together. They don't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Old Navy Gap. When you fill out the
Oh
application,
yeah. They're all of them together. Yeah. Exactly.
You told me Atlanta, but I don't think. Are you from Atlanta?
Nah, here's the story. I'm a military brat. My dad was in the Air Force 23 years, and I'm a 23-year-old military brat.
What's your mix? And you might be asking, military brats is mixed. Like their mom be Asian or Korean something?
No, I'm black.
All the way?
All the way. At least what I find.
Also, mom and dad both black?
Yes.
That's great. I mean, because, you know, I don't know, but military is usually like a mix, you know what I mean? People say that.
Exactly.
So you grew up on base?
I grew up on base. I'm a base girl. Yeah.
So you might be the man in push-ups.
No, not now. I lost all them guns and everything.
Oh, man.
You know? But yeah.
So basically, with being a military brat, you don't have a basic where you from, because you lived everywhere.
I hate when people ask me that, because it's a long story. It's a long story. Look.
The short version.
Short version, I was born in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay. Oh, my last guest was from Florida. He's from Florida, yeah.
Yeah, and I moved everywhere. I lived in Germany, Japan, went everywhere.
You know you got different languages?
I know some.
All right, that's what's up.
I know how to cut you out real good, though, in all kinds of languages.
This question not on it, but it should be on it, because you've been in all the places. Are you married?
No.
Never been?
No.
I wouldn't be neither if I've been all the places. Things is different in each place, especially Amsterdam.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
You check out that menu, ever been?
No.
What?
Never been.
You need to go.
I always act like I've been. I go places as Amsterdam and New York. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Do your job ever send you to travel to other places? What should we know?
Not this particular job now. I mean, yes, they did in the
20
beginning.
years?
Yeah, in the beginning, yes.
Okay.
But I had kids, so I had to slow down all that traveling.
We're going to talk about this after the show. I do an unedited show because you told me you wasn't married, but now you said kids. So
I do have kids.
about this.
I do have kids. I ain't married though. Yeah.
Is there a difference in what can be reported nationally, or do you get to cover bigger stories?
What do you mean, like?
I'm lost. Is there a difference in what can be reported nationally, or do you get? We'll get back to question 9. We'll get back to question 9.
No, I'm going to answer that right now. Yes, there's national and local. So you have WCBS here, that's local TV that covers all the stuff here in New York. And you have national, which I work for, and they cover everything in the.
So when you do national, is national allowed to deliver a little more different than they would do local? Like the way you would address, like you'd be like, yo, we're in big trouble. Like certain news, like Puerto Rican news, they're more vivid. Canada news, they do it with no bra. Like, are you allowed to be more?
No, we can't be like that.
Okay.
No. We can't be like that. Yeah.
You know, I'm different.
We can't show stuff.
Like, not show, but you know, like they look like, hey, these news don't bite their tongue. They'll tell you what you really need to hear.
Right.
Okay. What is your top 3 biggest view programs watched on your network?
Let's see, CSI, I think is one.
Which one?
I don't know, one of them.
Miami,
There's so many.
Horatio.
There's so many of them. One of them CSIs.
Alright, that's cool.
Okay.
Help you get away with murder.
Yeah. And FBI, I think that's another one that's out.
Just came on last week.
Yeah, but the FBI is pretty high weight.
Yeah, but these questions is like what you've been watching.
Okay, all right. So what, Young and the Restless?
That'll go.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know what soaps are no more. They don't watch soaps.
And check this out. The Price is Right.
I'm with you 100%. Price is Right is good because it shows you how to. I don't understand how people don't know how much peanut butter costs.
I mean, so hey, different states they cost a lot more than it is, you know. Like for instance, if we had peanut butter here, we had guessed the price. What would you guess?
$4.95. I just bought a jar.
That's high.
Yeah, $4.95.
So if you live in Iowa, it wouldn't be $4.95.
They make peanuts out there?
I don't know.
You gotta like
they got my people, I don't even know.
What? Yeah, you right about that? I swear. If you had to do it all over again, would you go down the same career path?
Yes. No.
Or would you make some adjustments?
I would make some adjustments. I was a music person before I became. I fell into TV. I'm just.
Wait, no, keep going. Let's go.
I fell into TV. I was straight music. I wanted to be a superstar.
Singer?
Yeah. Nah. I play the horn.
You do?
I play the tenor sax. Yeah.
That's got it. And I know that I'm a little, older than you, but what I want to say is that has to be sexy.
It is sexy.
But
period. The saxophone is sexy. That's a sexy. I learned that when I was in 8th grade. It was sexy.
What's your go-to song that you play? I'll Google it if I don't know it.
I haven't played it in a minute, but if I were to play something intro.
You got me right now. The eyes and me seeing you blow on some shit that the guy that's tired.
What? Oh my God! You up here thinking nasty?
No.
Blowing.
Don't you do that? Your career is your career is too famous for me to think nasty. I'm thinking career. I won't mess with my career. I understand you have a podcast.
Yep, I sure do.
I should have known that from the door so you can lead me the right way with this. What's your show called?
It's called Always On with Tanya and Jay. We're everywhere.
Who's Jay?
That's my co-host.
So shout out to Jay.
Yeah, shout out to Jay Jones.
Girl guy.
Guy.
Shout out to Jay Jones, Mr. Jay Jones, if you're watching.
Yeah, so we've been producing together for over 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah, on shows.
Got you. How long's the podcast been running?
For about 3 years now, since 2018.
Anything over 6 months is a win.
Yeah?
Yes, I'm telling you.
Well, we got a show coming up Thursday. You know, I'm gonna invite you to come on.
I would love to.
You invite him.
Oh, you next.
No,
you not.
After that?
No.
All right, but you fine.
Which platforms are people able to watch it on, if you mind me asking?
We're everywhere. Apple, Google, Stitcher, anywhere you get your podcast at, we're at.
Yeah, once you say Apple, that's it.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me twice.
Well, I want to get on iHeartRadio. That's my goal.
I always like WBLS.
I guess so. I don't know.
I'm learning this thing.
I'm learning. I'm still learning too. You know, all I have time for really is to get the guests. I need to get the marketing. That's the biggest thing.
Do you have to have a budget with this thing?
Yeah. Right now it's cheap because we're doing Zoom.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
But before we were in the studio, we were South Street Seaport area.
Oh, that's nice.
And we were in the studio and we used to go there our podcast is sort of like really partyish.
How long?
1 hour.
1 hour, let's go.
Yeah, we got a DJ and everything.
So I'm fighting to get a DJ in my budget now. So, what would you tell anybody trying to get into the business, the do's and don'ts? The business, which the podcast is something that you're going to try to market with your own, but you got into that from everything you've been through. So, you know, what would you tell a person that's trying to break into it and tell them don't? You know what I mean? Like, you know, some people sell their soul for this shit, some people don't.
Listen, if you want to break into anything, particularly this business right here, you gotta be hungry. You gotta want to eat. Like when I first got into this business right here, I didn't get paid for years. And then when I did get paid, I was like, oh my God, you getting a check? They was like, yes, girl, you're getting a check. And see, I learned everything about the business and how to put on anything just by being
part of it.
Yeah, being a part of it. So I did cameras, I did the lighting, I did the directing, and I really don't like directing like that. I mean, it gives you power, it makes you feel like something, you know what I'm saying?
Get back.
Yeah, but you come out with gray hair real fast.
Oh, y'all. You don't got none?
No, not yet.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Not yet.
He'll get me in trouble. That's the show podcast. We got this Tanya up here, boss. You know what I mean? What's your turn up? Like, how do you turn up?
Oh, I come here to this comedy club like every weekend.
That's your turn up?
It's not my turn up, but you know.
Every weekend. Was you here a couple of weekends ago?
That probably was.
There was some, I mean, I can't say.
Oh, wait a minute. For that show?
Yeah, that show.
Yeah, I was.
I was in Pennsylvania. I heard the line was out the door.
Oh my God, it was crazy.
What?
Crazy.
I look at you totally different now.
Oh my God.
What you drinking?
Oh yeah, I like the vodka.
Would you like a vodka?
Vodka cranberry?
Vodka.
You know me.
I'll try one too. Can I have 2 vodka and cranberries?
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're going to still know.
We're going to
drink champagne now.
Yes,
let's have a drink for Miss
Shot now. What's her name?
Kima. No, Kima, no, I apologize.
Miss
I'm not
Kima.
supposed to shout nobody out. I'm sorry.
Why?
Huh? Because I didn't want to tip her. You know what this is, right?
Listen, every time he say your name or say
Kima, I apologize because I was cursing shit out of my mom about this picture I seen, and I was coming in here today to do it, but it was yesterday. So don't hold me to that. Can you put more vodka in mine?
Oh.
I'll do what you do. I'm cool. I don't got no money anyway.
Well, you couldn't hang with me. I had no money, yo.
I'm trying to hang out with you, Miss Tanya. Miss Tanya, you get me in trouble. Ain't you married?
No, I'm not married.
How many? I know that. Let's lead to it. How many kids you got?
I got 2. How many kids you got?
It's time, but listen, I'm doing it.
How many kids do you have?
I got 4 kids I take care of, and I got 2 more situations I'm catching up on.
Situations.
You gotta understand, I came up in the era where it's like I used to question my sexuality, so I had to just keep fucking and keep. I mean, keep going.
Wait a minute, is this a PG or rated R?
No, this is me. This is
rated R, so I can say anything I want?
You say what you want.
Okay,
my name is Gato, and I'm not probably gonna tell you, but I do trap comedy. I don't know trap comedy. Actual Trip Podcast is a podcast that I'm working on with the promoters. Put Toxey, Entertainment, Uncle Phil over there, and we getting this thing working. But I'm very X-rated. That's what it's R-rated. But I'm learning how to be more professional. But I also learn freedom of speech. So I can't really say, hey, Zach, fuck it, we grown. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You work CBS. You know how to bleep some things out, right?
I bleep things out all the time.
Was you on what show? Was Larry King ever on CBS?
No.
Oh, I thought Larry King was on CBS.
No.
What's the number, like, I know we talk about shows that you watch, but what was the #1 show, right? Late night.
Late night?
Late night.
David Letterman.
David Letterman.
Yeah, David
People
Letterman.
don't remember when TV used to go off at night, shit like that.
Oh man, when they used to have the bars going up and everything. Y'all remember that?
Well, I learned.
Are you old?
Jackie Robinson.
Okay. Well, we young up in here. I don't care. We young. But I do remember those bars that used to come up.
Hey, I want to invite you out to a couple of clubs with Miss Tanya, but after you was at that show 2 weekends ago.
That show was wild. First of all, I was scared of the ladies.
What?
I was scared. Yeah, they were out here acting crazy.
I be going to, listen, I do a comedy show called Lap Dance and Laughs, right? And we try to make sure the ladies, like I tell the strippers 2 weeks before, because they be at this other club on Monday nights, make sure that y'all bring foot spray, because a lot of, they do so much with the feasting. Like, it don't be, you know, everybody like, I don't want to be around coochie. It's the feet. It ain't the coochie. Feet stink first, coochie second.
Oh my God.
But if you could hang this time, you got that CBS money, I know you can throw some ones. You don't mind throwing money at the stripper?
Not no woman.
What? They gotta be a man?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard nobody going to no men's strip club no more.
I mean, it was here.
Oh shit, you told me where it's at this time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Edit that out. Edit it out. Edit it out.
How'd you, but you have fun?
I mean, it was alright. It was alright.
You do some ones?
Yeah, I did. I ain't gonna lie.
You get even numbers?
No.
Oh, don't get nobody your numbers.
No.
They got germs.
No.
How about that? They got germs. Don't you do that. This time I want to ask you one more question. I mean, I want to ask you a couple more questions. Are you a cook? But we don't keep it just on your job. Can you cook?
Yeah, I can cook.
What's your go-to meal to get a man?
To get a man?
What's your go-to meal? Everyone got a go-to meal. It's always chicken something.
No, I ain't no chicken now. I cook Southern food. Like I do the macaroni and cheese, yam, other stuff. Yeah.
You look like you make a mean macaroni and cheese.
I do. Look, and the people in the newsroom love my macaroni. They can't wait for potluck during the holiday.
I just don't want you to get, because you know now I'm feeling your vibe and I know I'm gonna have you around a little longer. I don't want you to get casserole-ish. Like I don't want you bringing casseroles to work. You know what I mean? Keep it hood. Bring in some oxtails for them. Bring in some yams. Hold on, let me make sure I take care of this.
I hope you only put 5, like a drop up in there.
Man, it's your tip, man. I apologize.
That's right, take it.
You took that like you had
it. And you only got a drop. And you only got a drop.
It don't matter. I want to make sure that you get wasted.
Ooh.
That's how. I mean, no, I want you to have fun on my show. I'm not Bill Cosby. I was in jail with you for 6 months, but
you know, I don't do nothing with the pudding.
I like this time. This time, I swear to God. When they told me a lady come up here and work for CBS, you know what I was thinking?
What?
You was gonna come in here. You had your coach bag to the floor. You was gonna have your high glasses on.
I did. I left all that crap in the car.
You do? You bougie?
I left it in the car. I did have on the shades. I do have on the boots.
I asked you all the questions on the list, right?
You did?
And I circled the ones that you didn't want to answer, right?
Why you had to say that out loud? I mean, really? It's like me asking for your draw size or your shoe size. What size draw you wear?
I've been wearing 13 since I was 9. Just want you to know that. They call me the Fat Rob Jeremy.
Wait a minute, we gotta tell us. You up and test?
Put it back. Cheers. Nice meeting you too.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for coming up here today and giving me your time and talking on the podcast. We're not done yet. Anything you like to talk about and let people know where they can find you at, and you know, catch your show.
It's my show right now?
Yeah, I mean catch your podcast so you can let the
definitely.
know.
You definitely gotta watch Always On with Tanya and Jay featuring DJ J.U. Ice from Wu-Tang this Thursday.
You didn't tell me that, Mark?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you?
I mean, you had to, but
I didn't tell you?
the DJ from Wu-Tang.
Yeah, he's with Wu-Tang Clan.
That's major. You should have said that from the beginning.
Okay, I need to put that on.
Yeah.
I need to put that and everything.
Plug that, Wu-Tang.
Definitely. This Thursday, we usually do it every Friday, but since I'm gonna be here doing some comedy stuff Friday, I have moved it up to this Thursday. So definitely watch us live. We're on Facebook Live, and then you catch us anywhere else afterwards. We're live on Facebook.
I want to let you know that today I'm meeting you, and I want to say I appreciate you taking the time out to come here with your busy schedule, as well as what you got going on in your career, and allowing the audience to learn what they can learn from how to go to school, get the bachelor's degree. You said you have to have your bachelor's. Yeah. That matters. You can't just walk into CBS and say I can produce shows and all that. They want you to have some schooling. You let people know that.
Exactly. You got to have some schooling. I mean, the times changed. Before, back in the day, you didn't have to have a college degree. You know, experience and the will and the way, and definitely people. You got to know some people. That's what it is. So there's a will and a way. Back in the day, you get it, but now you got to get that degree. 4 years.
I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will always get an alert when a new video drops.